Hello, welcome to part 2. So today we're starting sedimentary rocks. By the end of this video you'll know the key terms, the different grain sizes, about clastic rocks, about sandstone and the difference between breccias and conglomerates. But first I'm going to talk to you about unconformities and uniformitarianism versus catastrophism. An unconformity is produced when the deposition of sediments is interrupted. So A is what it normally looks like, the bed, and B is where sedimentation stops as rocks are uplifted and folded. And C is while this area is uplifted, no sediments are deposited, so a gap is produced in the geological sequence. In fact, during this time erosion is removing part of the original series of sediments. So now D. So sedimentation begins again, usually when the area is once again covered by the sea. After a marine transgression, the new series of rocks is deposited unconformably on the eroded remains of the old. And finally E. So further uplift and erosion eventually reveal the unconformity at the Earth's surface. Uniformitarianism is the scientific observation that the same natural laws and processes that operate in the universe now have always operated in the universe, in the past, and apply everywhere in the universe. Uniformitarianism is also known as gradualism. Now, catastrophism is the theory that the Earth has been affected in the past by sudden, short-lived, violent events, possibly worldwide in scope. Now let's begin with sedimentary rocks. So key terms: unconsolidated, a loose mixture of separate fragments; lithified, the process of compressing and compacting sediments into solid rocks; clastic sedimentary rocks, these rocks are formed from material that has been transported as actual pieces of rock and minerals, for example pebbles and sand grains; chemical and organic sedimentary rocks, non-clastic, these rocks are formed from material which is transported as a solution in water. Grain size. Sedimentary rocks are broken into 3 different grain sizes. So you've got coarse grained, which is more than 2 mm, you've got medium grained, which is 0.05 mm to 2 mm, and you've got fine grained, which is less than 0.05 mm. So these are the grain sizes we've just talked about. So the coarse grained, they include rock types like conglomerate and breccia. The medium grained contain rocks like sandstone, and fine grained contain very small fragments which are found in siltstone, clay, mudstone and shale. So we need to know about sandstone. So the grain size, it's recognisable sand-sized particles which feel rough to touch. Its grain shape is angular and gives the rocks a gritty texture. So the grains are said to be well sorted. They're all the same size basically. And mineralogy contains mostly quartz, type of cement, commonly silica from form compression of quartz, and then calcite and iron compounds, which makes some sandstones red. So there's 5 different types, 5 different groups of sandstone. There's orthocharcite, there's arkose, there's greywacke, there's desert sandstone, micaeous sandstone, which obviously contains a lot of mica. So now let's talk about breccia and conglomerate and the differences between the two. So breccia have large fragments and so do conglomerates, but breccia are angular and conglomerate are rounded. It's a key thing. Now breccia are not transported far, whereas conglomerates have been transported some distance, and this is normally by water. So breccia is normally from the same parent rock, and conglomerate is often a mixture.